Yo, what is going on, everyone? So in today's video, I'm going to be doing a My Singing Monsters island tier list. So I added an option for none, where there's all the Dawn of Fire islands and also the island I just don't really know that much. Air Island. I'm going to put it in C tier. I think it's one of the weaker natural islands, but it's not like the worst island. Amber Island. I love Amber Island. It has such a good song. It's pretty much the meta for Relics. I'm definitely gonna have to give it an A tier. I don't think it's exactly the top tier island, but it's still a pretty good island. Now for Bone Island, same with Air Island, and you're gonna hate me for this. I think this is one of the weaker magical islands in my opinion. I think it's really overrated, to be honest. I'm just not too big of a fan of it. Now for Cold Island. Cold Island, it's my least favorite natural island. I'm sorry, I'm putting it in D tier. It's just not the greatest island. Composer Island. Okay, here's the thing, okay? Make your own song, which is pretty cool. However, they just never update this island. It's kind of always an overlooked island. Like, no one ever goes to Composer Island anymore. It just, yeah, it has like no relevance. Now for Earth Island, I think Earth Island's kind of like around the same lane as Air Island is. It's kind of just a C tier island. It's not the worst, it's not the best. I think it's also a pretty overrated island in my opinion. Now for Celestial Island. Celestial Island's an E tier. They updated a decent amount these days. It's kind of just there, honestly. Ethereal Island. I'm gonna put Ethereal Island S tier. It has a Geode, which is my favorite monster. Amazing song, good for relics, which is useful for Tribal Island. Now Fairy Island. Fairy Island's actually my favorite magical island. I'm gonna put it in A tier because, yeah, it's not my favorite island. It's not exactly an S tier island, but it's still a pretty good island in my opinion. Now Psychic Island. This is one of the stronger magical islands. I'm gonna obviously put it in B tier. It's pretty good. Now Firehaven actually has a special place down my heart. This was basically like the first, I guess, traditional coin island I remember as I was like a newer player. I couldn't really do anything about, like, you know, when Wublin Island was new or when Celestial Island was new or etc. So yeah, I was pretty excited when they actually released an island I could actually do. So for that reason, I'm gonna put Firehaven on A tier. Now the Fire Oasis didn't have that same like amazement in my opinion for me. It was kind of just a shadow to Firehaven. It's still pretty cool, but it's not the best. I'm gonna put it in D tier. Now for Gold Island. As much as I want to put Gold Island in like A tier, B tier, or whatever, S tier, the monsters don't make anything, take a lot of food or whatever. It's kind of just a trophy island. I don't know. And they barely update it too, so yeah, I'm gonna put it in E tier. Now for Light Island, in my opinion, is my least favorite magical island. I'm gonna put it in D tier because I think it's below average. Now Magical Sanctum's pretty useful for shards, but it's definitely worse than Ethereal Island in terms of vibes, music, and all of that. So yeah, I'm gonna put Magical Sanctum right here in B tier. Now for Mythical Island. Oh, I was so excited when this came out as well. Oh my goodness. I was like a freshman in high school. They finally did something with Mythicals. I'm gonna put it in A tier. Now Plant Island, I'm gonna put it in S tier. Now it's not for like preference wise or anything like that. It's because this is kind of like the first island you ever get. So kind of like, it's kind of represents, I guess, your MSM journey in a way. Now for Seasonal Shanty, I like the vibes of this a lot. It kind of reminds me of summer 2022, which I kind of miss because I was kind of like in the community a lot, kind of on Discord. Also, I'm like playing the game a lot. I was live streaming a decent amount on YouTube. I kind of miss these days. I'm just not as into the game anymore as like I used to. The song's not too great though, so I think it belongs in C tier. Now for Sugarbush Island. They barely update this island. It's a collab island, so Big Blue Bubble's kind of limited in what this island can be or whatever. So yeah, I'm gonna just have to put in F tier. Okay, now for the Coliseum. Don't hate me, but this is a very unique island, and I kind of like that about this island. I think Coliseum gets an A tier because it's just, I think it's misunderstood in my opinion. And same with Tribal Island. I think Tribal Island also gets A tier. Water Island, S tier. Okay. It's the foundation for Geo. It has the best epic wood box. Has a pretty good mythical amount of it. It's like very good mythical. And yeah. Now Wublin Island. In my opinion, Wublin Island has like the only good wood box because it kind of like fits with the whole cyberpunk futuristic type However, I can't really put myself to bring it much higher than C tier. It kind of brought the most annoying mechanic ever. And finally, the Ethereal Island 2. I don't know what to call it. I was hyped for it originally, but I just don't have that much love for it anymore. I'm gonna have to put it in. I'm gonna put it in D tier. This is my tier list. You guys comment down what you think about it. I know I'm gonna get hate about this tier list, but whatever. It's a controversial thing anyway. And yeah, guys, peace out.